everyone, so I am here with a different kind of video. As you can see from the title, it is dealing with anxiety before you're going to sleep. I'm so sorry about traffic noise, if you can hear that. I've moved house and I live on like a main street intersection-y type of thing, and the window is right there. I do have it shut, but if you hear anything, let me know in the comments so I can sort some other setup out. And I've kind of just like set this up so that I could get some lighting into the video to make it all pretty. So anyway, as I said, I just wanted to share some tips and things that I use to counteract my anxiousness. It is the feeling of unease or nervousness or worry, maybe even fear for certain things before you go to sleep. That might be, for me personally, it is me overthinking what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. Basically, sounds so stupid, but honestly, it could be thinking about what I'm going to do for work, what am I going to do for holidays, how am I going to save money, what am I going to do about paying this bill or paying that bill, and basically that's what I'm thinking about. The feelings that you feel would be, or some symptoms that you would feel would probably like heart racing, shortness of breath, overthinking, restlessness, hot or cold flushes, just those sort of things that come along with, I guess, just feeling nervous or being anxious or being a warrior, as I might be. I mean, I can't say that I suffer from a lot of anxiety throughout the day, but I used to, and that's kind of subsided. I think mostly my anxiety starts at night. So, without further ado, I have written down some things in this diary that I bought from Typo. It is an awesome diary. It's got this little thing on it, and it's just gold stripy, and it has like a good substantial page for you to write on. So I really like the diary. I think it was $20 or something like that. So number one, I think I have about 10 different things, but number one is writing down things throughout the day that you want to do, that you're thinking about doing, that you want to plan. Just anything that you feel like is weighing on your mind, write it down in a diary, which is the one reason why I bought a diary this year. This year is the first year I've ever bought a diary, but I just felt like I was feeling so anxious before going to sleep for probably a couple of months that I thought I needed to just try new things. So I write down things that I want to do throughout the day or at night. I mean, it's not every night, it might be every couple of nights or once a week or something like that, but it does help because it stops me from thinking about, oh, I should remember that I want to do, I should remember this, or I should remember that, because that makes me feel really anxious. I feel like writing down my goals has really helped me to get them out of my head before I go to sleep, and then making sure if you had anything that you need to do before you go to sleep and you're already in bed, just get up and do it. If you need to put your lunch in your bag, if you need to put your wallet in your bag, if you need to go to the toilet, if you need to get a drink, if you need to brush your teeth, anything that you need to do before you go to sleep, I would say get up and do it, because I will lay there and then it will be difficult for me to go to sleep because I'm thinking about, oh, I should get up and go and brush my teeth, or I'm too lazy, or you know, that kind of thing. And let's be real, some of us do sometimes fall asleep without brushing our teeth. It has happened to me. I'm a human being, it happens, shit happens. Number three, I would really suggest speaking to your doctor or your GP about your anxiousness and how anxious you feel. They really helped me. In 2013 was probably the first time I've kind of felt the anxious feelings, so they really helped me, and they gave me like a little chart to fill out. And then I also, here in Australia, you can go on the mental health care plan. You have 12 sessions per year with a psychologist, and you can talk about what's making you feel anxious and what's bothering you and why you feel anxious, and they really talk you through what is making you feel anxious, which is the best thing you can do for yourself is find out the root of your anxiousness and get help from a professional. There is no shame in it. I completely recommend it. As a social worker, self-care is extremely important because I am listening or dealing with or another person's problems or another person's weight on their life, and you really need to take care of yourself, because if you can't take care of yourself, no one really will. So it's the best thing you can do. Start with your GP and they can easily refer you on to other services. Number 4, avoid caffeinated drinks. Even if you think that caffeinated drinks do not even affect you, they do. They might even just raise your heart rate just a little bit, and then you're adding your heart rate being just a little bit higher, and then you also feeling anxious. It just creates just this blanket effect of anxiousness and your heart racing and shortness of breath. It's just best to stay away from caffeinated drinks altogether. I don't drink coffee and I don't really drink any Red Bull or anything like that. I mean, I do have the odd vodka Red Bull here and there when you go out. I know that's bad for you. I know, but I don't really drink anything caffeinated throughout the day. If I do, it would probably be green tea that's caffeinated, but I do also drink decaf green tea. My favorite is the Tetley decaf. Is that how you say Tetley? Tetley? Anyway, it's at Woolies. It's the Tetley decaf green tea and pomegranate. It's not really, I think it still has some amount of caffeine in it, but that's my favorite tea usually. And if you are a person who can drink calmative teas, you know, like chamomile tea, lavender, that kind of stuff, that's also really good aromatherapy, kind of brings you down, soothes you. I haven't really tried teas before to help me sleep, but I have had friends who say that that has helped them, so that's also something that you could do. Number 5, set the scene in your room. Set the scene for yourself. Wear comfortable clothing. Make the room really dark. Make sure you're not hot. Make sure the room is cool. Make sure that it's just a comfortable area to come and sleep in. I don't have anything in my bedroom like a TV or stereo or anything like that. Well, not in this one. I used to, but I don't have it in this bedroom. And basically we only come in here to chill out and sleep. So if you can do that, that's awesome. But obviously most people have their laptops and everything like in here. I do bring my laptop in here. But just make sure that it's a comfortable place and a place that you can actually bring yourself down into. I find if I keep the room semi-clean, that really helps me to feel a little bit more comfortable in my space. 7 is exercise. I know that exercising is not for everyone, and that exercising can be dreadful, hard to face. You can't get up and do it. You can't, it's honestly, I don't enjoy exercise 60% of the time. 60% of the time it is really hard to get into it, but once you're doing it and once you're actually participating in some exercise, it is really enjoyable. I've been going to the gym for a long time. If you've watched my channel for a while, you'd know that I've always been a member of a gym. So I do go to the gym, that's usually what I do, but I guess some people would really prefer playing a team sport or going for a walk with their friend or anything like that. That's not really for me, but I do know that a lot of people hate gyms, and I can see why you do. But yeah, exercising is important. It really helps me with my anxiety and really gives you something else to focus on for a short period of time. So bring some exercise into your life, whether it just be for half an hour a day. If you feel like your heart is racing really hard, take some really long deep breaths. I'd like to do breathe in for 4 seconds, breathe out for 4 seconds, not 5 seconds, why would I do that? Anyway, breathe in for 4 seconds, breathe out for 5 seconds, really just trying to bring your heart rate back down to its resting rate, to stop it from racing, stopping your shortness of breath, really just, and giving you something else to focus on. Really focus on really that breathing for however long amount of time it takes you, or however long you can. Sometimes that can be really calming for me. The breathing is probably the only thing that I have once I'm trying to go to sleep and my heart continues to race. So really focus on the breathing, and that kind of also leads into meditation and Pilates and stuff like that, if that's your thing. I have done Pilates. I did really enjoy Pilates, but since I've moved home, I don't really live close to where I used to do Pilates anymore, so I could do Pilates, but yeah, if meditating and stuff is something that you're really interested in or you think that you could benefit from, I would say definitely 100% give it a go. I do know people that really benefit from meditating, but I feel like for myself, just doing those really deep breaths just before I'm going to sleep, getting into the rhythm of focusing on your breath and then also just bringing yourself down, that's just good enough for me. I'm all mixed up with numbers. I don't know what I'm up to, but numbers, they're done. So, what else was I going to say? I was going to say if you sleep next to a partner, you need to be open and upfront with them with the fact that you are an anxious sleeper, that you might toss and turn, that you might need a routine, just so that they can also support you in your sleeping. Ben is an awesome sleeper. He can, in 5 minutes, he will be asleep. 5 minutes. I'm not even joking. 1 minute he is wide awake and the next minute he is fast asleep. It is the craziest thing to watch, and he could literally sleep anywhere as well. Like, I cannot sleep just anywhere. Like, I can only sleep in a bed or if I'm extremely tired on the couch, but even then I can barely sleep on the couch. But I really do have to be extremely tired to fall asleep on the couch. So you really just need to communicate with the person that you might be sleeping next to. Ben knows that I'm not really a good sleeper, so if I'm still up, you know, a few hours after he's gone to sleep, he's not like, oh, go to sleep, or turn the light off, or oh, like, stop watching YouTube on your phone, or anything like that. He knows that I'm not really a good sleeper, and I'm really just trying anything to just bring myself back down. And probably the last thing that I have that as a tip is sometimes I try to focus on just one thought. So I focus on just one thing or something relaxing or something that I would like to do or how I would like something to pan out. I focus on that, and that really does. I've been doing that for a long time. I used to do that ever since I was very small. Like, I used to dream about being famous or think about those types of things before going to sleep. Just things that may never ever happen, you know, like being a movie star or those kind of things. Sometimes I think about that, and that actually helps me fall asleep. It might sound ridiculous to some, but I do sometimes think about those things, and it really does help me to fall asleep, because then I'm not thinking about what I need to do tomorrow or what I want to do or where am I going to travel or am I ever going to get to travel or anything like that. So it really helps me in that way if I'm just thinking about something completely crazy, and it just brings me back down. If you really truly feel like your anxiety is just taking over your life and taking over your sleep pattern, like I said, talk to your GP, get referred to a counsellor or a psychologist, speak to your friends and family. You wouldn't actually believe how many people suffer from anxiety. I have a lot of friends that suffer from anxiety. It is a lot more common than you think. And also, if you really are suffering, call Lifeline. I'll put the number in the down bar. Lifeline I have used many a times in my life. They are an awesome service. The counsellors on there are amazing. They have helped me through a lot of times. They give you perspective that you may never get from a friend or from a family member, and it's just someone outside of your life, outside of knowing you, and outside of basically knowing how you might think or how you might approach a situation, and just getting that different type of, you know, professional opinion, and having someone really help you with something that you find as a problem. You know, their job is to really understand all ranges of problems and the differences between everyone's problems, and how everyone's problems are important regardless how big or small. So I love Lifeline. Give them a call, big or small, they are there. Alright guys, so that's basically it. Thank you so much for watching. I know that I'm not a professional. I know that you're going to be like, Tara, you don't really know what you're talking about. But partially I should. I am, you know, I do work in social work, and I do work with people who, you know, have mental illnesses, or that's what I'm trained for anyway. So partially, hopefully I know what I'm talking about, you know. I hope that I didn't waste my time at university, but if you truly feel like I'm wasting your time and you've got some better tips, put them in the down bar so I can try them out, and I shall see you guys on Tuesday. Bye!